Hi, I'm Danny Ecker. 2012 will go down as an historic year in healthcare with the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to uphold the constitutionality of President Obama's landmark overhaul of the system. Here in Chicago, it'll mean plenty of new business for both insurance companies and hospitals, a number of which have merged this year, but also some increased reimbursement rates. I spoke with Crain's Assistant Managing Editor Tom Korfman about the road ahead for local hospitals, insurance companies, and patients. Tom, one of the biggest stories in Chicago healthcare this year was the number of mergers of local hospital systems. Were there any that stood out as the most significant to you?
Well, we saw Ascension Health, one of the largest healthcare providers in the nation, move into the Chicago market with a deal with Alexian Brothers. We saw Advocate agree to tie up with Sherman Health. Really, the shorter list might be the hospitals that didn't do mergers in the last year. But the most intriguing deal might be the plan for Holy Cross Hospital on the southwest side to join Sinai Health System. This is going to be a combination of two safety net hospitals with revenues of more than $500 million a year. Safety net hospitals face big financial challenges, and it'll be interesting to see with this larger scale if they have a better ability to survive.
And speaking of those safety net hospitals, I mean, obviously the biggest story nationwide in healthcare was the upholding of federal health care reform by the U.S. Supreme Court. A lot of the changes involved there don't really kick in, well, over several years, but especially in 2014. What kind of stage setting from the hospital's perspective are we going to see in 2013?
Well, hospitals now are already gearing up for a giant influx of patients with insurance coverage. This includes patients with both on Medicaid as well as private insurance. As many as 1.2 million people are expected to have new coverage starting in 2014. Hospitals now are preparing for this enormous influx of patients.
And how about for insurance companies? Obviously, we have Healthcare Service Corp, the parent company of Blue Cross Blue Shield, with another big year this year. How will insurance companies really be affected when a lot of this kicks in 2014?
Well, insurance companies now health insurance companies are already facing increased regulation on profits that started last year. They are now facing new competition with Health Insurance Exchange. Here in Illinois will be run with the federal government. Many of these newly insured patients are going to be seeking insurance on the exchanges, and that again creates another wave of customers for insurance companies.
What are you going to be watching, the biggest story in healthcare in 2013? What do you expect?
Well, the Cook County Hospital has a permission to start signing up Medicaid patients this year in advance of 2014. Their success is of critical importance not only to the county health system, but really as a gauge to whether this predicted wave of new patients is going to materialize.
Okay, Tom, a historic year in healthcare. Thanks for the time.
You're welcome.